So, today we are talking about swear words in the English language, and the most nastiest of all, probably the most nasty word in any dictionary that is probably known, the see you next Tuesday word, or the C word. So, anyone watching this, please be warned that if you're offended by the C word, then perhaps find another video because we will be using that word quite a bit. So, we're going to give a history about the C word. So, what is the news? What does the C word mean? The word, as we're going to say now, to warn you, the word cunt was originally used to describe a female's pieces of their body, the genitalia. The body was, of course, had other words. It could be pussy, fanny, vagina, but cunt is sadly the most inappropriate and probably the most nastiest word used. Because of this, it is seen as offensive to a woman. However, it's also seen as offensive to people with special needs because sometimes the word has been used to call them cunts. The word has many different places it could have originated from. Some people are saying it's an English word, other people are saying that it's a German word. However, the actual origin of the word is unknown. The place that it is in, there's a place in London that is suspected it could have been connected to was Groat Cunt Lane. Yes, in London, if you type in on your Google, you will find a place called Groat Cunt Lane. This place was obviously used for some reason the word grope, which means touching, and the word cunt obviously is touching a woman's areas. So it's possibly likely that this name could have come from touching of people in the female vagina area. And the road isn't too actually much noticed, amazingly. Whether this is just down to olden times, people have never really considered what the word could actually mean, not knowing it actually stands for groping someone's cunt. And the road's name was never changed and is still in London. The first known time in books was a book by James Joyce in the 20th century, where he was using what is believed to be poetry as a word to use the word cunt. In the book, he wrote a quotation about the C word and what it felt like to be an old cunt. The book is obviously was not very popular, and it was believed to be puffing books didn't actually cancel the population because the book was seen as too offensive. So in books it was not used too often and isn't too often used by book people now because of the offence, and not even 50 Shades of Grey will use that word. In television it has been very different. Often you will find a movie with an 18 certificate has the word cunt used somewhere in the movie, and often the word automatically gives the film an 18 rating. So this is technically why they will not use that word in certain films. The films can be quite offensive, and often if people don't want to give it to an older audience where they want to aim at a 15-12 audience, they will not use the C word. So they'll keep the C word out just so the movie gets an easier and more friendlier rating. This is why you never hear the C word on movies very often. However, there has been a few movies that have used the C word, and a few TV shows that have shocked people. One of the most shocking uses of the C word with cunt was on Kick-Ass by Hit Girl, who at the time, the actor Chloe, I can't pronounce her last name, the girl called Chloe was only 11, and she more or less referred to the bad guys to come and get some you cunts. Of course, this girl being 11 years old on the film offended people very badly and got a very, very bad rating because of it. The word could also have been used to try and attempt to promote the movie to get publicity. So the word was obviously quite offensive to people, and the word obviously got around about 11-year-olds at the time using the word cunt, which offended people. Other games have been used the same word, and also TV shows have used the word. Dexter has used the word only once with the Trinity Killer when he was having his dinner and he told his wife to shut up you cunt. This was supposed to be very shocking even to Dexter on Dexter the show. and obviously was quite shocking to an audience, and to be indexed to a serial killer, obviously there's even shocked him, to show a prime example of how shocking the word is. The word on computer game was originally used in 2004 on a very popular game that involved stealing cars and was created by Rockstar. The game also used the words cunt, nigger, bitch, hoe, and many other words. If you've worked out that Rockstar and the 2004 game is indeed the game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, whereas the game was the first one to use the C word, and this also hit back at quite some shocking reviews because the word was seen as offensive. And is the C word, or the word cunt, appreciated to be used on TV or anywhere? Sadly, the C word is not seen as appropriate anywhere, and probably, well, I want to state yet again, I'm doing this for educational purposes and using the C word, and to teach people about the C word. However, if I was, say, just saying the C word over and over and over and over and over again like that for a whole minute, well, let's just say the video certainly wouldn't survive on YouTube, and I would probably lose my account to go with it. So the C word is probably one we'll still not hear too much of these days, however it's still used. Often nowadays, shockingly, even by females themselves will use the word. I can actually predict of a certain female that used the word nearly at the end of every 2 sentences to show anger, but the word is sadly not going to be extinct yet. But there is a possibility this word could be forgotten in time. However, there's always going to be someone who will think of that word. So the next time we use the C word, please think about how you use it. If you want to offend somebody, go ahead and use that word. But I didn't encourage you to do it because you're more likely going to get a reaction. But if you want to be labelled as a cunt, then I suggest don't use the C word. Thanks for watching.